Hey guys, Nick here. I wanted to make this content to switch it up a little bit and show you what we're going to be up to soon. So today we're going to talk about the kind of content we're going to be making, what we're switching to, and some of the gear we're going to be using to do it. So that way it's less about a product review and it'll be more about what's to come, but you get to at least get a behind the scenes look at how we're making a lot of this content, and we'll talk just very briefly about that. But you've seen a lot of our stuff, the deep bridge stuff, and we make a lot of content. Other consultants are sending stuff in. They've got their own channels. But as you know, I'm running the strategy. I'll make a lot of content, and I shoot on the daily shooter. I shoot on the GH5S. But we've recently upgraded, and currently the video you're seeing right now is on the the GH5S is our daily shooter. What you're seeing right now is G85, and you're looking at it on the 15mm 1.7 wide angle lens. It's my second favorite lens, and my first favorite lens is what's outfitted on the new piece of tech we just got, which is the G7, shooting on the native 25, so the 25mm Leica. This is my number. This is my number one all-time favorite lens. So depending on what you need, make sure your gear fits the stories you're trying to tell. So as content creators, as content lovers, we are always telling our clients, whether they're Fortune 100 companies or it's a group of 10 entrepreneurs or just one person trying to grow something, you have to tell a story. In order to tell a story, you've got to capture the moment. Capture the moment as best as possible. That can be an iPhone, that can be on Snapchat, that can be on Instagram, that can be wherever. Vimeo, YouTube, Facebook, it doesn't matter. Instagram stories, you have to be capturing it. And as you upgrade, do it with whatever makes sense and is functional to your budget and your strategy. So if the whole point of the game is just to capture content, you may not need a lot of fancy stuff like this, but there's a lot better cameras out there. There's a lot worse cameras out there, but it works exactly for us. And that's the point of today's video, is we're going to be shooting a lot more content on. We just picked up the G7, super light. Don't need an audio output, so it's perfect. Very, very light. We'll throw the 15, which is what you're looking at this video on. So it's really crisp. It's a very wide angle. We'll be doing a lot more stuff with streaming. So a lot of unedited, over the shoulder stuff. So if you guys are seeing the content, you're like, man, I would just really like to see what it actually looks like brass tacks. We're not going to be one of those, agencies, or I'm certainly not going to be a strategy consultant and in consumer behavior that like sells everything to make sure, look, you got to buy my stuff. At the end of the day, you're not going to buy anything that you don't trust. So to trust, you have to see what it looks like. And we'll be doing a lot more stuff over the shoulder. We'll be using the Elgato Camlink 4K. It's great from what I've tested, depending on the streaming software you use. But I will make sure to be updating that as we go along. But I'll also show you a lot more of our behind the scenes stuff, like how we make videos. This is my home office. We shoot a lot at our office here in Cincinnati, but I tend to shoot the most here, and I host the most clients here as well. So I'm never even actually in the office, but so this will be used, the G7. As you can tell, the autofocus is not awesome. Something you kind of have to deal with, but just those little things you pick up. So we'll be shooting the 25 will go on the GH5S, which is what you're not seeing. Right now you're seeing G85 with the 15mm 1.7 Leica, and we'll be swapping that for the 25 native Leica. And then you'll be seeing the 15mm 1.7 on the G7, which is going to be awesome for the wide angle shots. Like I said, the setup in the back office is amazing. I love it. And I'll get to make a lot more content quick. So if that's what you're into, you want to actually see stuff without being sold everything, you're in the right spot. And yeah, this is less a review and more so just behind the scenes look, but that's what we're going to be doing it on. And most of the content you see is on either the GH5S or the G85, depending on if I'm running gun. We'll show you some light setup if you guys are interested in that. You'd like to see anything in particular, but one thing that we take very serious is audio. So if you're someone out there, whether you're a Fortune 100 company we work with, or if you're just an entrepreneur of 1 to 5 people, you want to make sure your gear matches the output that you're trying to, and the goals you're trying to accomplish. So if it's just to capture the moment, you just need an iPhone. But as you upgrade your stories, your content, you need to upgrade your glass, your equipment, your tech. The one thing I will say is people can forgive not as great as a video. So you don't need you don't need a 15 mil Leica on a you know, while the G85, the GH5S is, I think, for my needs, the best camera on the planet. But you know, the G85 is still, you know, it's north of $500. It's not quite in the $2,000 range like the GH5S, but the G7 is even cheaper than that. So you may not even need hundreds of dollars of camera. I'm shooting on 4K, which is why I like this line, the G line. But you may not necessarily need that. But as you upgrade, people will forgive video. What they can't forgive is bad audio. So I'm purposely letting things happen. I have the air conditioner on, so you can tell the difference at the start of the video without it. So the point is, make sure your tech, your gear matches your needs. And what we're producing more of, we didn't have the gear to produce. We wanted to make a lot more quick content. So I'll be streaming on the 4K Camlink. I'll let you know how it goes. It'll be on the G7. And if you guys are into this, I'll make sure to show the lighting setup. I'll make sure to show the NTG setup in the back on the whiteboard, how we do those videos. And yeah, there'll just be more content to come. So thanks for checking this out, guys. If you have any questions about any of this gear, you know, there's no affiliation, no like affiliate marketing links or anything like that. I'll just send it to you. But if you like this video, I'll look at the response and I'll make more videos like this. But yeah, we tend to, what's perfect for us in our bags, and each consultant is basically outfitted with this, the G7 with the 15. But I have a lot more lenses for a lot more tight shots if I need them. But yeah, we go G7, 15, and then we'll be shooting on the GH5S with the 25. The kit lens is great, honestly, it really is great. That comes with the G85. So between the G85, the GH5S, and the G7, we can get everything we need. So that's what we're using, that's what we're producing, and a lot more of it. So thanks for checking this out, guys. Thanks for sticking with who we are, what we do, and we can't wait to help you go further with your content and help you make more advocates and consumers. Thanks, guys. See you around.